Ian Wright hits out at Jamie Carragher for disrespecting Manchester United star Casemiro. Ian Wright has criticised fellow pundit Jamie Carragher for disrespecting Casemiro after Manchester United's dismal 4-0 defeat to Crystal Palace. Erik Ten Hag's reign as United boss reached a new low on Monday night as Palace clinched a remarkable victory through Michael Ola's brace and goals from Jean-Philippe Mateta and Tyrick Mitchell. It is the first time Crystal Palace have ever recorded a league double over Manchester United, and the shocking result will only intensify scrutiny over the future of Ten Hag. Carragher described United's Monday Night Football performance as embarrassing and singled out Casemiro for criticism, claiming it was clear he can no longer play at the elite level. Casemiro should know tonight as an experienced player that he should only have another 3 games left at the top level, the next 2 Premier League games and the FA Cup final, then he should be thinking I need to go to the MLS or Saudi, declared the Sky Sports pundit. I'm deadly serious, his agent, the team of people around him, they need to tell him, this has to stop. We are watching one of the greats of the modern time, playing in the best midfields we have seen who have dominated Europe, him holding Toni Kroos to one side, Luka Modric to the other was one of the best midfields. It could easily go up against the Barcelona midfield that we all loved of Sergio, Busquets, Xavi, Andres, Iniesta. So he's been an absolute great. I am nowhere near on a level of what that man has achieved, winning Champions Leagues, playing for Brazil and Real Madrid. But I always remember something when I retired myself, and there was a saying I always remember as a footballer: leave the football before the football leaves you. The football has left him at this top level. He needs to call it a day at this level of football and move. Casemiro won 5 Champions Leagues and spent almost a decade at Real Madrid before joining Manchester United in 2022. The 32-year-old initially impressed at Old Trafford, but his performances have dropped off this season, not helped by the fact he has been forced to drop into defence due to United's injury crisis. Wright believes Casemiro would be performing much better in a more functional side and says Carragher's comments about the Brazilian were disrespectful. I wanted to mention Casemiro quickly because he's been one of the main talking points after that game, the former Arsenal and England striker said on the Wright's House podcast. We saw Jamie Carragher mention him on the show, about how great he's been over the years and that maybe he should stop now and go to the MLS or Saudi, which I thought was really quite disrespectful if I'm being honest. When you look at Casemiro and what United have always needed, he was really good when he came, and I don't think he thought for 1 minute that he would be in such a disorganized situation at this point in his career. To go to Manchester United and play at that stadium and that stage of his career would have been so hard for him to turn down. He would never have seen United in the position they are in now and didn't think he'd be getting so exposed by the team. Whatever people say about him, I don't think he is done. I don't think he is. You can see we're talking about a world-class player who's played in a world-class team. A club of United stature should have players who can help him. People say he's 32 so he must be gone. No. I was still okay at that age. You're not over. It's all about the players and the structure around you. He needs more help and he's not got it. Manchester United, sitting 8th in the Premier League, have 3 more league games to play, hosting current leaders Arsenal on Sunday before finishing the campaign against Newcastle United and Brighton. The struggling Red Devils could yet end a disappointing season by winning the FA Cup as Ten Hag's side meet Manchester City in the Wembley final on May 25. Jamie Carragher and Thierry Henry agree on why brilliant Jadon Sancho flopped at Manchester United. Jamie Carragher and Thierry Henry agree on why Jadon Sancho has struggled at Manchester United but thrived at Borussia Dortmund. On Tuesday night, Sancho's Dortmund side upset the odds to reach the Champions League final after defeating PSG 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate, in Paris. The England international rejoined the German club on loan in January, having been exiled from the United first team following a public falling out with Erik Ten Hag. Having struggled to make an impact in his 2 years at Old Trafford, the winger looks back to his best at Dortmund, with performances that show why the Red Devils splashed £73 million on him. While bad management has been blamed for his decline, Carragher has theorized that it is simply the case that United is the wrong environment and club for Sancho. Reflecting on the 24-year-old's performance, the Liverpool legend said on CBS, "He was brilliant, wasn't he? Fantastic. He's not Dortmund's player, he's Manchester United's player, so United fans will be watching this game thinking, we want that player, where's that player? We haven't seen that player for 2 years. But that is the player that they bought. Moving clubs, sometimes it's just the kit, the feeling, the stadium, the confidence that you've got, it doesn't feel the right fit at Manchester United. And that's not just for him, that's for a lot of players. At certain clubs, you just feel more yourself. Arsenal legend Henry concurred with his fellow pundit, adding, it's not easy sometimes. The shirt can be heavy, the expectation, the price tag, languages. Getting used to the town, getting used to something different. You know, people at times underestimate all those points. With Ten Hag almost certain to get the sack following a shocking season, some believe Sancho will be able to revive his United career. But reports suggest that Dortmund hope to buy the player back permanently, while Sancho himself is uncertain of where his future lies beyond the summer. For now, he is just enjoying the occasion, saying on TNT Sports Instagram, over the moon to have made the Champions League final. As you can see, it means a lot to the fans. We'll enjoy this moment, but we can't wait for the final. Take care. Tuchel wants to replace Ten Hag at Man United after a contact. Sky Sports Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg says the Manchester United and Chelsea jobs both appeal to Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is tempted to return to the Premier League with either Manchester United or Chelsea. United have been in contact with the German manager recently, according to Sky Sports Germany. Thomas Tuchel has been touted to make a Premier League return in the summer, with Sky Germany's Florian Plettenberg reporting that Chelsea and Manchester United present two appealing destinations for the German manager, with United making contact already. As Bayern Munich's run of 11 straight years as Bundesliga champions was brought to an end by Bayer Leverkusen's maiden title, Tuchel's Die Roten negotiations look to stagnate, with United most likely to hire the cap-wearing coach. Manchester United job tempting for Tuchel. Plettenberg reported via X on Monday that Tuchel was initially ready to carry on as Bayern boss and that talks were held. However, presumably faltering with domestic failure, the former Chelsea boss, who also sees Paris Saint-Germain and Borussia Dortmund on his resume, is now linked to a return to England's top flight. News Tuchel he was open to continue at FC Bayern. There were internal discussions. But the door is now closed for the time being. Black Right Arrow # understand there are two appealing destinations for him, Man United or a return to Chelsea. There is loose contact with Man United FC. But for now he is currently fully focused on Bayern and wants to win the Champions League for the team and the fans. Manchester United have reportedly kept in contact with Tuchel, who Chelsea star Ben Chilwell labelled an unbelievable manager, following previous speculation, and with Monday night's 4-0 drubbing to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, Erik Ten Hag's reign has been put under even more scrutiny. The Manchester Evening News reports that Ineos Jim Ratcliffe has not been totally convinced by Ten Hag, and that he has opted to refrain from speaking publicly about the Dutchman. Tuchel's part in mutual, loose contact shows that he is potentially interested in taking the job, and the media sphere has even begun to speculate about who he could take to Old Trafford as part of his project. United aren't the only project that has piqued the manager's interest, as old club Chelsea also seem appealing, according to Plettenberg. Can United learn from Tuchel's past? While a return to the Premier League with Manchester United looks an interesting prospect for Tuchel, it's not lost on the Red Devils' new owner, Jim Ratcliffe, how the current Bayern boss can be difficult to work with. That said, while reports suggest that Ineos are aware of Thomas Tuchel's history of falling out with club chiefs in previous roles, Ratcliffe has made